Today's podcast is brought to you by a company who we have been using for years and takes up significant shelf space inside of our own kitchen. Biosteel Sports Nutrition.
It was a product created out of necessity 8 years ago and is trusted by athletes like Connor McDavid, Tyler Seguin, Brooke Henderson, Rosie MacLennan, and Andrew Wiggins.
They're really a leader in sports drinks for everyone from professional athletes to everyday champions.
Understand something, guys. Nothing worth ever having in this world comes easy.
Do what these champions doing if you're going to be a champion.
You control your outcome.
Who am I?
I'm a champion.
What up, champions, and welcome back to a brand new Biosteel Breakdown. As always, I'm your host, Adrian, with my co-host,
Sylvie.
And we're here breaking it down. And if it's your first time joining us, thank you so much for being here. If you're a long-time listener, we appreciate you coming back for brand new content every Friday. Sil, what are we talking about today? What are we breaking down?
So we are breaking down a topic that I talk about all the time, both with clients and then just in everyday conversations. We have broken it down before as part of other topics. So part of the immune system and then also part of the collagen talk. But we're going to break down bone broth because it's really hot right now.
Which is hilarious because it's existed forever.
Yes.
Actually, ever.
Yes. And so
Since we started killing things, we started putting them in pots and boiling them.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, specifically the benefits through the immune system, because we have, like I said, we've broken it down before, but it's that time of year where everyone's getting sick. And this is a huge recovery tool for us throughout the winter. We typically will make a big batch at the beginning of the week and use it throughout the week to promote recovery, but also, make sure that we're not getting sick because there's lots of germs in the air at this time. So I'm going to go over some of the general benefits of it. So we talked about collagen. So collagen, we will link up our Biosteel breakdown on that, but also a really hot topic right now. And bone broth is one of the most natural sources of collagen that you can get. So collagen is just very simply most abundant protein source in our bodies, and it's the formation of cartilage and bones, ligaments, everything that sort of holds us together. So it's important that we're not just taking in protein from our muscle meat. So that would be typically what we would have throughout getting any sort of protein through animal sources. We'd be having the muscle meat. So this would be a different amino acid profile. So meaning the breakdown of protein.
Okay.
So high in collagen.
Sorry, just to clarify for people. So the muscle meat would be like having a chicken breast.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And so collagen, whether it's powders or, again, you're, eating chicken wings and you get that extra ligament. I know I'm getting very specific, but that would be, getting a different protein profile from that as well.
So what I heard there was have more chicken wings.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay, so it does have, as I just mentioned, a different amino acid profile. So some of the big ones that show up in bone broth, glycine is one that has been shown to protect our skeletal muscle as well as improve degeneration. So making sure that we're, our bones and joints aren't breaking down. So that's really huge, especially if you're very active. Glutamine is another big one that can really help to support, again, our musculoskeletal system. And that's always been a tough one for me. All the years in kinesiology.
It's a hard word.
So it can help to support our muscle growth when we're working out, as well as recovery from illness and a bunch of different benefits that we have in glutamine. So different amino acid profile. One of the big ones is the minerals and electrolytes. So if you think about what you're doing with bone broth in the processing, is that you're taking the bones and you're putting them in with vegetables or whatever it is, and you're simmering them for an extended period of time. Or if you're like us, you put them in an Instant Pot, because
I don't know what else you use an Instant Pot for. But that's the
there's
best
actually
way.
lots of other things.
That's the best way.
But our Instant Pot is definitely the bone broth machine. And so what you're doing is typically you would simmer the bones for, say, a 24-hour period, very long period of time, or you can pressure cook them and then get a similar result. So what you're doing is you're breaking down and boiling and simmering these bones, and you're getting a lot of the minerals and electrolytes that come from the bones. So if you think about what our bones are made up of, and animal bones as well, we're getting the calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and manganese, those types of minerals that we need in order to support our immune system. So when we're simmering these bones, we're getting a lot of the benefits, and it's one of the only ways that we can, naturally, get that in such a concentrated form, all those minerals, because we're getting it straight from the source, which is our bones. So
Right.
obviously it would support building those up as well. So these electrolytes are super important for recovery process with workouts as well. So, we talk about Biosteel all the time, obviously, as a recovery tool because of the electrolyte profile in their high performance sports mix. So you'd be getting a lot of the electrolytes that you would be getting in something like that as well in bone broth. So it's a good addition, especially from a food source, to add into your diet to support recovery. Immune system. So anyone who's super active has to support their immune system because athletes are prone to getting sick because they're pushing their bodies to, the limits when it comes to physical activity. So it's important that they are getting these minerals and electrolytes to support it. So it will help to, support recovery in that sense. And then a big one that I want to talk about when it comes to an immune system is our gut health. So we've broken down gut health on here as well. But when it comes to the immune system, we actually have about 70% of our immune system in our guts. And that percentage has gone up and down depending on what research you're looking at. But there's a huge amount of immune cells in our guts. And so if you think about something like autoimmune disease and these reactions that we might be getting from foods these days, so food intolerances, that type of thing, a lot of it is stemming from poor gut health. And basically these food particles or pathogens or whatever you want to call them are getting in through our gut and causing a reaction, whether it's like joint pain, whether it's more serious and it's attacking things like our thyroid. We've talked about that. Boosting our gut health is really important. So bone broth and collagen and these gut health supplements are incredibly important, but bone broth is great because, again, it has the glycine, proline, glutamine that help to soothe and repair the gut lining. So basically strengthening our gut lining so that what we're taking in from our food, we're actually getting the nutrients that we need, as opposed to, just getting maybe 30% of what we're taking in from our food and getting all those nutrients that we need to function optimally every single day.
Awesome. Does the type of bone matter? Are chicken bones better than beef bones? Cow, not beef. Are turkey bones better than chicken bones? Is it good to have a variety? It's great
to have a variety because they'll all give you a little bit different of a profile. With beef, you'll get a lot more of the natural fat and marrow and that type of thing. So you'll tend to get, again, way more of that natural fat, which is good. But if that's not what you're looking for, you might want to go more with chicken or turkey. You could also do fish bones as well.
Oh, can you? Okay.
So marine sources are really great as well.
I guess the problem would be getting that many bones.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a little bit harder, but so we typically do either chicken or beef.
So buy a whole
and turkey
cod.
when you have those a couple times a year.
Right. But if you could get a larger quantity of fish bones, that would be a great option as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. That's it. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
We hopefully that clears up some questions on bone broth, especially when you see it on menus. I know it's been popping up everywhere.
Mm-hmm, and with all these additions as well.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems silly to pay for soup, I suppose, when you're out in a cup, but it really is beneficial. And
we'll link up our recipe.
Yeah, there is a lot that goes into it. It takes a lot of time, so enjoy it, savor it. If you have any other questions or you want any other topics broken down, get at us. Instagram is probably the best place. Championship Lifestyle. You could also get at Syl's page, which is just your name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sylvie Tatro. And that's it. As always, head over to the website, use the code word
Biosteel. Oh no, that's not the code.
The code
I was like Biosteel Breakdown.
Yeah,
Champ Lifestyle, capital C, capital I. How many of these have I done?
And you can get 15% off your very next order. We appreciate you being here.